This is your guy EF with the 50-second sports take. We're talking college football, the Final Four. We just saw Alabama defeat Georgia in the SEC championship game, so now we have straight chaos as to who is going to make it to the Final Four. Now tomorrow around 12:30, we'll officially know who will make the Final Four. And I know some of you will be at church, and I know you're going to be pulling out those phones. Some of you are going to be in the pulpit pulling out phones. So all I have to say is be discreet with that. Don't let everybody see you doing that. But here are my Final Four. Number one, I'm going with Michigan, the Big Ten champs. They defeated Ohio State and Penn State. Now, I don't think Penn State's a good team, but I know some of y'all think they are. They're a top 10 team, and they're okay. They're not great, but since they are a top 10 team, Michigan defeated two top 10 teams. I'll give them the one slot. Number two, let's go with Washington. They defeated Oregon twice. I like Oregon. Oregon's a strong team. So those are two good wins for Washington. Pac-12 champs, had a great season, undefeated, just like Michigan. I'll put them at number two. This is where it gets sticky. This is where it gets dicey. Because Florida State is still playing right now. But that game is very, very boring. It's so boring that I decided to just go ahead and do this clip now. So my four are going to be the same four, whether they win or lose. So at number three, I'm going with Texas. Yeah, I know. They played Oklahoma State in the Big 12 championship game. Not a tough foe, I know. But they did win the Big 12, and they have what looks to be the best win of the season, going to Tuscaloosa and beating now the SEC champions. I cannot penalize Texas for scheduling Alabama, going down to Tuscaloosa in Saban land, defeating Alabama, and winning the Big 12 championship. They have the best win of the season. I have them at number three, Texas. Number four, this is where it gets dicey. We've got Alabama. We still have Georgia, Ohio State, and Florida State, whether they win or lose. Well, if they win, we have Florida State. If they lose, we do not. I have Georgia in there out of respect. I have to put their name in there. But I have nowhere to put them. I can't put them at one. I can't put them at two. I could put them at three or four, but I'm still going with Texas, who had the best win of the season. Georgia's best win was against Ole Miss. Texas' best win was against Alabama, the SEC champs. You see what I'm saying? So I can't put them at three over Texas, so that slides them down to four. I can't put them over Alabama at four because Alabama just beat them. So the two-time defending champs are out. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to spit it out. They're out. So that leaves Ohio State, Alabama, and Florida State if they win. Ohio State didn't even make it to the Big Ten championship game. They're a good team, but they didn't even make it to the championship game, so it's easy for me to eliminate them. They're out. But they're a good team, but they're out. So that leaves Alabama and Florida State. Florida State is undefeated. If they win tonight, they'll be undefeated. Alabama has one loss. Normally, you would say, hey, we're going with the undefeated ACC champions. But I look at Alabama's one loss. It is to a team that I have in the top four. So technically, sort of, that's a good loss. Sort of. And then I look at LSU. I look at Florida State's best win, and it's against LSU, whom Alabama also defeated. So kind of equal there. And then I look at the conferences. SEC champion, ACC champion. I think we all agree that the SEC this year is the better conference. And if you don't, we can debate it, but it is. So Alabama gets